Dr. Jen, what's up? It's been forever. I feel like the last time we met was the first time we met, November of what, 2018?
Yep, it's been a while. So
It's insane. How are things on your end? You're still in Arizona, yeah?
yep, doing pretty good in Arizona, staying healthy and still working and working through the pandemic. So
Of course.
yeah.
Excellent. So why don't we start by kind of, giving people sort of your background and give a little bit of kind of your introduction to cannabis and that whole angle.
Okay. So my name's Dr. Jennifer Taylor. I'm a naturopathic doctor practicing in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've been working in the holistic health and wellness industry for about 4 years as a physician, but I've been involved for about a decade, and I've been doing some work with cannabis over the past few years, and I originally had my first little introduction through a family case. I had a relative that was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer right as I was graduating from medical school, and I was always on the fence about cannabis as medicine, but that was when my eyes were open as to the benefit of using this as a palliative type of medicine and just how much it can help, with some pretty chronic and severe cases. So I've been doing it ever since, and working, with patients, and it's been very rewarding.
Amazing. It's incredible to hear. I mean, so with your background and your sort of extensive background now in cannabis, what are other certifications and additional trainings that that you've utilized?
So outside of cannabis, I do work with injection therapies with pain and regenerative medicine. I do a lot of phys med too, so I work with athletes. Also, people struggling with pain, osteoarthritis, and some of these degenerative conditions. And then also, working as a holistic provider, we're always, emphasizing good nutrition, and so we do that component too, as healthcare providers.
Yeah, that's great. And with your practice, how do you integrate the usage of hemp and the various cases that you've sort of seen utilizing it? What are some that you might be able to shine some light on?
Okay, we use it anywhere from, like I said, chronic pain's a big one. So that's your pain, arthritis, spasms. A lot of people come in, even if they don't have a diagnosed condition, they might have some repetitive motion from sprains and strains, from working or being physically active. I've also incorporated it with people suffering from seizures. We'll see it like other cases, like people with MS. That have a benefit from taking CBD or cannabis as medicine. Also, that stress and anxiety component is another way that we integrate that as well. So it's a very broad spectrum product that can be used for a variety of different ailments. And people sometimes it's that first little step where people get on that path to wellness, and makes a big difference.
Absolutely. I mean, so sort of on the wellness topic, what's your sort of personal philosophy on the daily life for yourself?
Okay. So me personally, I found that my health is so important as to how I'm able to perform throughout my day. And one area it could be I still like to play sports and keep active, and in other areas, I mean, I'm growing as a professional and also taking care of my family. So it's you need your health and wellness to be able to do that. If we don't have that, if we're suffering from a pain or a condition, that can hold us back. So just taking a step forward and doing the best that we can to make sure that we're staying healthy or as good as we can be is really important for our social lives, and how we're contributing and giving back to our families and our community.
Absolutely. How have you utilized, what sports do you play or have you played?
I grew up in Rochester, New York. I was a hockey player, so I grew up playing ice hockey, and I actually played college hockey as well.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, I'm also from East Coast, so we're rivals because I'm from
I know.
Boston.
I see that.
as you can
Yeah.
see up there. Um, and so how have you utilized CBD and cannabis into the sort of your practice or your recovery or anything like that with your
Oh,
athleticism?
absolutely. It's playing ice hockey. We'll get a lot of sprains and strains, and I still play with my men's league teams, on a weekly basis, sometimes a little bit more frequent than that. And if I strain a muscle, I'm using these topical products and things to help decrease inflammation and get my flexibility back. The topical products have been great for like skincare and things like that. So I've been able to integrate it pretty well, to my own regimen.
That's a lot. Yeah. And now, do you find that yourself as well as your patients, do you guys utilize it for anything with like pain, sleep, anxiety, and those type of things as well?
Yeah, yeah. Um, knock on wood, I'm doing pretty well in that department right now, uh, but I have people come in and they could have a knee injury that keeps them up at night, and if you're only sleeping, 2, 3, 4 hours because of pain, or if that sleep is interrupted, you're not feeling too good the next day. So if you're able to take a CBD tincture or decrease some of that pain with the topical and get a better night's rest, you're going to feel better the next day. So that's what I've seen consistently.
So can you sort of tell us a little bit of the basics about CBD and maybe some of maybe some of the confusions that are out there, whether it's hemp seed oil, hemp flower extract, CBD isolate, distillate.
Sure, there's a lot of products on the market. CBD is a specific chemical that's derived from the cannabis plant. It's also found in a couple other plants, and CBD, it's not found in that hemp seed. So you can have a hemp oil, but you might be missing some of these other components that's found in a full spectrum product, derived of the leaf and stalk and flower of the cannabis sativa plant. Um, the other thing is there's so many different products on the market, and there's confusion about it. So you can have a full spectrum product, you can have a broad spectrum, or you can have these isolated products, and they all act different and they all have different uses and pros and cons. So it's up to kind of what's going on with the person, what their goals are in terms of picking out an appropriate product for them.
What do you see in the market right now or in the space that has become sort of problematic?
There's a lot of products on the market, um, and quality is probably the biggest one. Having a product that's good quality means that that product is safe. There's no contaminants in that product. It's effective. When you take that product, it works. You get a consistent result with it. And then that product is pure. You don't have these binders and fillers and other things added to that product to either give that product more volume or to kind of process it through the manufacturing process. So, when you're looking for a good quality product, you want it to be safe, effective, and you want a pure product.
Of course. Do you find any specific areas to purchase product at all that for maybe a beginner coming into the space? I've heard a lot of people talk about their first introduction is maybe at a gas station, and typically that from what we've seen, and I'm sure we can have a conversation about that forever. It's typically lower grade. That we don't really know what other fillers or carrier agents they're putting in. So it's sort of like, where do you feel like, and now we can even transition that into the ZUNA conversation. What do you feel like the gap is besides that sort of component, and now that you're working with ZUNA, where do you feel they're coming into the space? To sort of apply their incredible knowledge and great products to an already somewhat busy category, but
Right.
where do you feel the ZUNA kind of stands out?
Uh, so when people are looking for solutions, I mean, the patients come in and they're coming in because they have a problem. I have pain in my knee and my elbow. I have seizures, or like, hey, I'm really nauseous. I need help with this, and they're usually asking their healthcare providers, their friends, or they've heard something on social media, and then they might see it at a gas station. So people are just bombarded, and that's why there's a lot of confusion. you're trying to find trusted sources. A healthcare provider, like a medical doctor or a family physician, this is outside of a lot of their comfort zone. Getting into cannabis medicine and herbs, it's not what they're typically trained in. It's not where their continuing education is. So sometimes they feel a little uncomfortable saying, this is how you take this product, or, even with brands, they're not super familiar with it. So a lot of times they're deferring to other healthcare providers, or they're just saying like, hey, if you find something, let me know how it works. Some people, they're looking on a budget, and they think, oh, I can try this CBD product from this gas station, but it may not, be safe. There could be contamination in that product from how it was manufactured or how the plant was grown, or it may not be effective because what's in there may not actually be CBD or an active ingredient. So, that's where going with a reputable brand with the knowledge and support backing it is going to get you a better, more consistent result and a better, experience with, that step towards healing or using the product.
Sure. So what got your interest with ZUNA specifically, and kind of where, um, what made you feel super confident that you could move forward with their organization?
Their commitment to quality products, safe products, and then their commitment to supporting providers and offering continuing education. And they've just been a very you know well, their heart and their products are in the right space, and they're going to help a lot of people.
And so you're also on the ZUNA Science Advisory Board, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. So now tell us a little bit about that, and sort of what people can expect from you from that position.
Okay, so my goal as a scientific advisor is to help innovate these products. Make them better every new design, to help make sure that they're going to be safe, effective, and to help you know guide practitioners in using these products and help with patient and practitioner comfort. So I think there's going to be less confusion in the future regarding what product and how to use it.
What are some of the ZUNA products that you would say if you were like, all right, you have to try
Uh,
this?
my favorite is really the facial serum. That
Okay.
was I have very sensitive skin, so putting a moisturizer on that doesn't burn or create additional redness is that that was I've gotten compliments on my skin. So uh, by far my favorite product. Um, uh, I've gotten great results with the tinctures. People love the isolate tinctures, the flavor, and it's been very helpful in decreasing pain in some cases where I didn't think the CBD was going to be that little bit of a difference because you have moderate to severe osteoarthritis.
Sure.
Uh, so the topicals have been very helpful too. So I mean, it's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, I totally agree. I really like the hydrogel. That seems to be the one
Yep.
and it's funny, I had just worked out pretty hard, and my back was completely fried, and I was like, actually, it's funny 'cause I had just got my samples from them. I think like the day prior, so I was like, well, I should probably try one of these and see how it is. And literally within about an hour, I could I felt like $1,000,000, and it's
Yep.
been the go-to for me on the topical side for sure. And so, is that something that you're looking forward to utilizing with your patients as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. I love. I do. Like I said, I part of my practice is dealing with pain and physical medicine, and using some of these products really does make a difference. And people will find a product that they like, and they'll ask for that product. When we're in the office and doing some myofascial work or trigger point injection therapy. So it does make a difference.
And prior to ZUNA, had you tried or utilized other CBD products that you maybe felt weren't as superior or maybe as high quality as ZUNA is?
I have, and that's why I did jump with Zuna. I have had products in, and I've noticed sometimes when I've given samples for one period of, and I know there's going to be some variation based on manufacturing process, but I had one brands where the product looked completely different from one batch to the other. So just not having that quality. I mean,
Sure.
it was, I'm like, you know, I can't, back this product in the office. So we've had a lot of people come and, sell a multi-level marketing product or something like that to us. And, when it comes down to it, if I'm carrying a product in the office, I'm going to make sure that it's going to be effective. And, like I said, safety is number one. So that's why I joined with ZUNA.
Do you feel quality is one of the most important factors in the CBD space?
Yeah, yep. Quality. Nobody wants to take a bad product or something that's going to further harm, So I've seen that. I have had products come through the office, and you can open up a bottle, and it shouldn't smell like chemicals. That happen. You shouldn't have huge variations in terms of color, consistency, or texture, and that will happen with this market space. So. Quality is a very important product. And if people are taking a product consistently, that product should work consistently for them. You get a lot of people that say like, oh, I tried CBD and then it stopped working. Was it the product or uh, that it just didn't work out for them.
Of course, and it's interesting too because I find a lot of companies I found in the space just add so many filler ingredients that don't need to be in the product, and that's one thing I really appreciated about the ZUNA line. Is just their sort of so notorious focus on high quality, moral code ethics, and I think that's one of the things that really sparked my interest very early on with ZUNA, the ZUNA brand. It was just the fact that there's such a high quality control that I think is lacking in the space for sure, which is, like you, I definitely don't want to put my name behind or recommend something that doesn't work just for a dollar or whatever. What I mean? It's very much focused around higher quality for sure. I was like, where'd you go? But yeah, no, that's awesome. And so I'm really excited for, the next steps and the next evolution of where ZUNA takes things. And I think that's good on my end. So for your time today, Dr. Den.
Oh, thank you. It was my pleasure.
Absolutely.